Hi children, how are you? I hope all of you are fine and safe. So, in our last video, we learned about one of the history topic about monuments like Taj Mahal, Red Fort, Qutub Minar, Mandu Fort, Gwalior Fort, about paintings like wall paintings and miniature paintings. Like all these things we learned, all these things related to the our history topics. Today, in this video, we will discuss about one of the topic which is related to the political life. It means like civics topic. Okay, what is that means about one of the government system. So we know that whatever the government we have, there are three levels of government. How many levels of government are there, children? There are three levels of government. One is central government. The second one is the state government. The third one is the local self-government or the local government. So local government means in our areas like Tadepilligudam or Unguturu or Tanku or Eluru. So where we need a little bit benefits like constructing a road or providing street lights or providing a pure drinking water. So all these things will be given by the local government. So they will look after about the our local amenities. And if you come to the state government, every state they have their own government. For example, in our Andhra Pradesh, we have the YSRCP government. In Telangana, KCR government, TRS government. Like every state they have their like the state governments they will look after about their state within their state limit itself. So they will provide some benefits for the people. So at the time of any epidemics like COVID, now we have the problem of COVID-19. So during this kind of pandemic conditions, the state government also they will provide some benefits. Okay, now like providing a ration frequently or providing some money or providing the vegetables or all the necessary things for less prices. So all these things. Okay now. So last but not the least here central government. So we know that central government is only one which is located in the our national capital Delhi. So central government it is responsible for the whole country. Whatever the 28 states and 9 union territories are there, all these 28 states and 9 union territories they will come under the central government. The central government is responsible for the entire country. They have to provide all the things like providing railways or good education or health benefits, all these things. So central government is responsible for entire country for providing all these things. So today in this video we will discuss about the central government. Central government. So central government it makes laws and puts these into force for the whole country. So whatever the law prepared by the central government, they will implement that particular law in the entire country. Whatever the 28 states and 9 union territories are there, in all these areas they will implement that rule. For example, a license. The person who is driving a vehicle, maybe it is a car or a bike, they need a license. It is a law which is prepared by the central government. So whatever the law prepared by the central government, they will implement that rule in the entire country, in the 28 states and 9 union territories. They will implement. That's why already I told you that the central government it is responsible for the entire country. Central government it is responsible for the entire country. So parliament is a law making body. So where the law will be prepared here in parliament. So parliament is the law making body for the central government. So in the central government where the law will be prepared in the parliament. So whatever the parliament is there, parliament consists of two houses. There are two houses in the parliament. The first one is the Lok Sabha and the second one is the Rajya Sabha. How many houses are there, children, in the parliament? There are two houses in parliament. One is Lok Sabha and the second one is the Rajya Sabha. Let us learn in detail about the both. The Lok Sabha. So the Lok Sabha is the lower house of the parliament and consisting of representatives elected by the people of India. So in Lok Sabha the people are elected. Whatever the members are there in Lok Sabha, they are elected by the people directly through the election process. So the Lok Sabha it is known as lower house. In Lok Sabha there are 545 members. How many members are there? 545 members are there. All these members are elected by the people directly through the election process. So through the election process. So whatever the members are there, the representatives, they are elected by the people of India. The members meet regularly to make new laws or to amend the earlier laws. Why they have to meet regularly? Because if they want to prepare any new law, they will prepare. Otherwise, whatever earlier they prepared any law, if they want to amend, if they want to do any changes in that, so in that meetings they will change them, isn't it? So like that, the Lok Sabha, it is known as the lower house. There are 545 members. Okay, now so from every state, some particular members will be sent to there. For example, from Andhra Pradesh, nearly 25. From Telangana, 15 members. Like some members from every state, from every union territory, they will be sent to the Lok Sabha. Okay, now that is about Lok Sabha. And coming to the Rajya Sabha. So the Rajya Sabha is the upper house. Here, Lok Sabha is the lower house. Rajya Sabha is known as the upper house. So Rajya Sabha is the upper house of the parliament and consisting of representatives elected by the people of India. The members meet here, the upper house of parliament and its members are not directly elected by the people. So here one point you have to remember, children. The members of Lok Sabha, they are elected by the people directly. But the members of Rajya Sabha, they are not elected directly by the people. It is a indirect election. The members of Rajya Sabha, they are totally 250. So the 250 members, they are not elected directly by the people. Indirectly, they are elected here. So they are not directly elected by the people. Some members are elected by the members of state legislative assemblies and some are nominated by the President of India. So out of the 250 members, here we can say that nearly 232 members will be elected by the members of the state legislative assemblies and the remaining 12 members, they will be nominated by the President of India. So whatever that the 12 members are there, the members nominated by the President are distinguished personalities or people in the fields of art, science, literature and social service. Whatever the members nominated by the President of India for Rajya Sabha, the people, they are distinguished persons. It means they are well experienced persons in the field of art, science, literature or social service. Those 12 members will be nominated by the President of India for the Rajya Sabha. Members of both Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha are called members of parliament. So whatever the members are there in Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha, how we call them? We will call them as members of parliament. In shortcut, MP. We will say MP now. So members of parliament. The members of both Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha are called members of parliament. Okay, now let us see about the most important person in the central government. That is about president. Who is the present president, children? So think about that person. Who is that? Ramnath Kovind. So the present president of our country India is Ramnath Kovind. So let us see about president. So president is the head of the government. President is the head of the government of India. So the president is elected by members of Lok Sabha, Rajya Sabha and the state legislative assembly. How the president will be elected here? The president is elected by the members of Lok Sabha, the Rajya Sabha and the state legislative assemblies. So in every state also we have legislative assemblies. In Andhra Pradesh also we have assembly. In Telangana, in Kerala, in every state government we have assembly. So who are the members are there in state legislative assemblies? From that state legislative assemblies also, the members are also, they will elect the president. So the president is elected by the members of both Lok Sabha, Rajya Sabha and the state legislative assemblies here. So the president, he or she exercises his powers on the advice of Prime Minister and his Council of Ministers. Here, the President, he cannot use his powers individually. So, the President, he exercises his powers, whatever the powers are there for the President. So, he will use his powers on the advice of a Prime Minister and his or her Council of Ministers. And the last important about President, the President is also the Supreme Commander of the Defense Forces. So like Army, Navy, Air Force, whatever the defense forces are there, for all these forces, President is the Supreme Commander. So for our Navy, Army, Air Force, for all these forces, all these they are called as defense forces. For all these forces, President is the Supreme Commander. So okay, now that is about President. Who is the present President, children? Who is that? Ramnath Kovind is the present president for our country, India. Do you know one of famous missile man also who did president like APJ Abdul Kalam? Okay, no, President also one of the president, Abdul Kalam also. So many famous members, they held the post of a president in our country, India. We discussed about the three levels of government. What are the three levels? Central government, state government, and local self-government. In local government, the local bodies, they will provide some benefits like constructing the roads, okay, now sanitations, drinking water, street lights, all these things will be provided by the local government, okay, now. And state government means they will provide like education, local health benefits, like if any pandemic conditions like COVID-19 or any time any in these conditions, they will provide some benefits for the people. So today in this video we discussed majorly about the central government. So central government is responsible for the entire country, 28 states and 9 union territories. They will be looked after by the only central government. So central government, parliament is the law making body of the central government, and in parliament there are two houses, Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha. And about the president, the major role of the president. President is just a normal person. He is the head of the government, but he is a normal person. He will use his powers with the help of the prime minister. So, okay, now all these things we discussed in this video. So, in our next video, we will discuss about prime minister and his council of ministers. How the prime minister will be appointed by the president. What the work will be done by the president. What are the duties of prime minister. And about his council of ministers. All these things we will discuss in our next video. Okay children, take care, don't go outside. Bye.